Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the first class of our engineering mechanics, and we will have a lecture every week. And after every week, we have two within a week we have two lectures, right? One is for the lab, one is for the theory. So theory almost is covered by me, and engineer safe will help us for your assessment, for your all the other things, okay, for coordination and for laboratory. So engineer, so he will also help us in the laboratory conduction, and I will also available there. And we have prepared the manual and detailed syllabus. So inshallah, we will cover all those. So my name is Dr. Abdul Qadir Bhatti, and I am professor. And my specialization is in structural engineering. So inshallah, I will. Hopefully, you will learn so many things in this basic course, engineering mechanics, which is part of one of the uh, basic course for structural engineering or civil engineering. So this is the chapter one of our course. It's mostly the introduction. So basically, the engineering mechanics have two branches, right? One is for static and other is for the dynamics. So mostly our 80% course is about statics, and second part will be dynamics. And I already shared the syllabus with you. Hopefully all of you have received the syllabus. So how many of you received the syllabus? Engineer Safe is here. So hopefully he shared the syllabus. So this is our syllabus, right? So in this, we have three credit hour course, and two is for the theory, and one is for the practicals. And then we have the detailed lecture plan in the syllabus, and each plan we will cover different. Basically, we have fundamental three CLOs, course learning outcomes. So because course learning outcomes will be main fundamental topics which cover both in all the syllabus, okay? And
सर
the program, yes,
सर इसको थोड़ा जूम कर दें, विजिबल नहीं है।
okay. Now, okay, is it okay? Okay now?
यस सर, यस सर।
Okay. So we have the description of the course, which includes two topics. One is statics, and another is the dynamics. In static, we will talk about the static forces or static part of the engineering mechanics. In the dynamics, we will talk about the dynamic forces or dynamic part of this engineering mechanics. Then we have the objectives of the course. Basically, there are the forces which are acting on the structures or on the civil engineering projects. Okay, so we will talk about those forces, which include the structure, which include the geotechnical, or which include any even the transportation or bridge engineering. But the basic forces, how they created, we will study in this part of the engineering mechanics. And then we will have the dynamics, which cover the kinetics and kinematics, which is mostly part of the dynamic motions or and the dynamic forces, we have the velocity, or we have the impact, or we have the speed of the car. So this some dynamic forces we will study, and the basic mechanic principles. Okay, so the basic mechanics, engineering mechanics start from the Newton's law, right? You study in the physics, the Newton's first law, second law, third law. Basically, all the mechanics is based on the Newton's law of forces. Okay, So principle of mechanics. Then we can have more further analysis of the forces about the Newtonian forces. So this is we will study in this. Then we have measured three CLOs, course learning outcomes. The first CLO is related to our basic principle of statistics, and the second CLO we will study some basics of the engineering mechanics and the moment of inertia and centroid or center of mass. And the third CLO is about the dynamic forces, or dynamic part of the engineering mechanics. Then we have the program learning outcomes. Mostly we have 11 project learning outcomes. So these are the relevant project learning outcomes for this course. Then there is the Bloom's taxonomy is some based outcome-based education's classification of our courses or CLOs. So based on this, we categorize those CLOs based on the Bloom taxonomy. And then we have this laboratory. We have also laboratory after this theory, and these are the CLOs, PLOs, and then we have the assessment activities for this course. We have quizzes. This is the some proposed or tentative quizzes and two assignments. The weightage is 10%. Then you have the lab work, experimental work. So it's about the 20% weightage. Then midterm exam, and then you have the final exam, 50%. Hopefully, all of you understand the assessment you already did in your previous courses. So we will follow the same pattern here also. Then in the syllabus, it is mentioned some course outlines. So in detail, we have covered in our weekly plan. Okay, this is our weekly plan. And in our weekly plan, we have total, how many weeks we have? 16 weeks, right?
16 weeks, sir.
Yes, 16 weeks. We have 16 weeks and 8 weeks. After 8 weeks, we have midterm exam. And then last 8 weeks, we have remaining part of our course outline. And then mostly we will cover the static part till our 12th week, I think. Yes. From 12th week, we will start the dynamic part because this course contains two parts. One is static, one is dynamics. For 11th week, we will study the static, and after 11th week, we will start the dynamic part of this course. Okay. And then we have this is our lecture 1 and 2, which is today's lecture, which will cover the first fundamental part of the engineering mechanics, unit conversion, and it will be the chapter 1 of our textbook. So what is our textbook? Do you know the textbook? So we will use R.C. Hibbeler. Okay. How many of you download the book from our Google Classroom?
Don't know, sir.
So all of you download the textbook?
Sir, only download. Sir, only download. Only
Yeah, you can download from the Google Classroom. I already upload there, right? So you can download it from the Google Classroom. Okay. I just go through the quickly the from the textbook, which is okay. This is our textbook. Okay, engineering mechanics statics. Actually, engineering mechanics there are two books. Okay, one is for static, other is for the dynamics. Okay. So for 12 weeks, we will study the statics because this majority of the portion we will cover the statics, which is 80%. Okay. The second book is dynamics. Okay. But with the same engineering mechanics, the second part is dynamics. So you will find two different books. One is for static, other is for the dynamics. Okay, and the author is Otzi Hibler. So because this is very famous author, so there are so many books written by this Otzi Hibler. Okay, so you will study the engineering mechanics, you will study the mechanics of solid, you will study the structural analysis later, and you will study the more structural courses, even the soil mechanics. Mostly, this author have written very good books. Okay, and if you will study the other courses like mechanics of solid or strength of material and structural analysis, so this is RC Blur is the best. Even I am using my courses for all the courses written by RC Blur textbook. I am using that one. So this is the good book. So this is also the. There are so many editions. So the latest edition is 15th edition, right? So latest edition is 15th edition in the SI units. What is SI units? What is SI? Yes, system international units. Okay. So today I will, in the first chapter, I will explain you the units. Okay. So we will study in detail the system international units. Basically, there are two type of units. One is the English units, other is the system international units, right? So in English units, we use like a feet, okay, pound or inches, okay. Or so in the system international, we use meter, okay, kilogram, like this. And then this is the some conversion or some tables you will find in the book, okay. And this is also some formula sheet you will find. Maybe we will use some formulas in our homework or in your exam, and this formula sheet is also allowed in your exam. So if you know those formulas, we will use it. And these are some formula sheets we will use it later. And this is the start of this book. Okay, so this is the first chapter. Okay, so we have I think 12 chapters. Okay, 11 chapters for static. Okay, so 11 chapter for static we have, and from this onward, the dynamic will start from 12th chapter. Okay, so here for 11th chapter we will study the statics, and then we will move to the another book which is dynamic. And today I will start the first chapter. Okay, the first chapter is general principles and mechanics and fundamental concepts, international system of units, like you say, system international SI units. Okay, then some problem solution and general procedures of analysis. Okay, so today, inshallah, we will cover the chapter one of our lecture, and hopefully the next week we will start the second chapter of our lecture. Okay, the first lecture I will cover it from this book. So this is our chapter one. Okay, so you will find the chapter one, and all slides I will use are from this book. Okay, so if you cannot understand some part of your slides, you can directly go to the book. You will find so many details. Okay, or you can make a question on the Google Classroom. I will reply, inshallah. And
सर
yes,
सर स्टूडेंट्स रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि थोड़ा उर्दू में भी आप जो है ना एक्सप्लेन करें.
अच्छा.
थैंक यू
So
सर.
okay, okay. सिंधी में सभई तो सिंधी होंदा, सिंधी में एक्सप्लेन क्या रहता है?
Yes, sir. Sindhi is also fine.
हाँ ठीक है ना पोइ जेको आहे न चैप्टर 1 आहे पोइ चैप्टर 1 में जेको आहे न असां जेके स्लाइड्स वग़ैरह आहिनि उहे
Good morning, sir. Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Everybody should study in English. Claire, we have students from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa also.
Okay. So I will try to use Urdu or either Urdu or English.
Okay. Thank you. You continue. Thank you, sir. Please
Okay.
continue.
Okay. सो ये जो चैप्टर है ना चैप्टर 1 सो इसमें जो जितनी भी स्लाइड्स या जितनी भी हमारी जो स्लाइड्स होंगी इस चैप्टर में से होंगी ना ठीक है सो ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन जो भी आपको इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए इस बुक में आपको मिल जाएगी स्लाइड में से अगर कोई क्वेश्चन हो आपको स्लाइड समझ में नहीं आ रही तो यू कैन फॉलो द टेक्स्ट बुक आल्सो ओके आप उसमें जाएंगे तो आपको सारी डिटेल्स में जो है ना उसकी डिस्क्रिप्शन या उसकी वो सोल्यूशन वगैरह मिल जाएगा क्योंकि स्लाइडली जो है ना वो होती हैं शॉर्ट होती हैं ठीक है ना उसमें कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन जो है ना मिसिंग होती है तो आपको वो जो डिटेल जो मिसिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन है देन यू कैन फाइंड इट इन द बुक ओके
सर तव्हां सिंधी में ॻाल्हाए वठो भला
ओके ठीक है ना पोइ जेको चैप्टर 1 आहे उहो तव्हां जेको आहे सो ऑल द स्लाइड्स आर टेक हिन चैप्टर में वरितियूं आहिनि ठीकु आहे
Yes, sir.
So we will start chapter 1 okay so we discuss our lecture plan right जो lecture plan असां discuss कयोसीं syllabus जो and so everything is जेको बि असां lecture plan आहे असां ही follow कंदासीं ऐं हिन में जेको आहे सो लास्ट में जेको आहे सो बाक़ी ये लैब्स आहिनि इनमें ऑलमोस्ट 14 लैब्स आहिनि त फर्स्ट वीक में तव्हां कुझु लैब्स वग़ैरह करायूं हुयूं तव्हांखे मशूक वग़ैरह Engineer Mashuk, I think his name is Mashuk. Masood. Mashood, okay. Mashood, जी फर्स्ट तव्हां फिजिकल क्लासरूम तव्हां अटेंड कयो हुयो न त उसमें उन में जेको आहे तव्हां बेसिक जेके इक्विपमेंट्स अवेलेबल आहिनि मैकेनिक्स लेबोरेटरी में उहे तव्हां ॾिठा हूंदा उन जे बारे में तव्हांखे माना उहो रिपोर्ट लिखणी पवंदी त हीउ जेको आहे सो माना उहो तव्हां मैनुअल में तव्हां फर्स्ट डिटेल वग़ैरह फाइंड करे वठंदव उन हिसाब सां तव्हां पंहिंजी रिपोर्ट सबमिट कजो न ठीकु आहे ऐं सेकेंड वरी जेको आहे सो थर्ड फोर्थ ऑल आर द एक्सपेरिमेंट्स so I will be available but Mashood will also conduct the lab okay so today we will start our first lecture so जो first chapter are statics है ना statics जी क्या so you will find all the information in the textbook
उर्दू स्टूडेंट भी है तो उर्दू और इंग्लिश में कंटिन्यू करें प्लीज
okay I am talking in English okay
थैंक यू सर थैंक यू उर्दू भी थोड़ा उर्दू भी
okay ठीक है so ये जो है ना चैप्टर 1 आप जो है ना सारी डिटेल्स आपको बुक में मिल जाएगी ओके सो दीज ये जो टॉपिक्स है हमारी जो चैप्टर 1 की ये जो चैप्टर 1 की हमारे टॉपिक्स हैं इसमें जो है ना फर्स्ट जो पार्ट होगा वो मैकेनिक्स का होगा सेकंड फंडामेंटल कॉन्सेप्ट थर्ड जो इसकी टॉपिक है यूनिट्स ऑफ कन्वर्जन या यूनिट्स ऑफ मेजरमेंट्स देन इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट्स देन न्यूमेरिकल कैलकुलेशंस जनरल प्रोसीजर तो ये जो जितनी भी टॉपिक्स इसमें दी है ना इसमें टाइटल में वो इंशाल्लाह हम सारे एक्सप्लेन करेंगे ना इसको ठीक है और ये जो है ना टाइटल ऑफ द बुक है ये इंजीनियर मैकेनिक्स स्टैटिक्स 15th एडिशन ओके आरसी ब्लर सो ये ऑलरेडी आपके उसमें गूगल क्लासरूम में अवेलेबल है वहाँ से आप डाउनलोड कर लीजिएगा ना और एंड यू कैन आल्सो फॉलो द बुक and if you अगर इनकी कॉपी वगैरह करा if you can make a print of this book that's better and make a bring in your classroom and you can follow all the slides with this book that will be you can understand better in the lectures तो आपको सही तरह समझ में आ जाएगा ना अगर आप इसकी बुक की कॉपी वगैरह कर लेंगे और लेक्चर्स को फॉलो करेंगे then it will be much better okay so engineering mechanics then we have static part and what is the this picture shows इनमें जो पास इसमें जो है ना क्रेन है ना, ये क्रेन जो है ना लोड उठाए, ये जितने भी कंटेनर है ऑल लोड्स विल बी टेकन बाय दिस क्रेन. ओके, so we will distribute this force on this machine or something. So we will study the basic how we can calculate this load. So you will study later in detail, but this is just showing the engineering mechanics concept, basic concept of engineering mechanics. And then this is the introduction of this part. So we have the mechanics. What is mechanics? Mechanics is yes. Newton law. You say Newton's law. Yeah, that's Newton's law is one of the Newton forces, or Newton law is also mechanics. Okay, we deal with the Newton's law, which is also part of the mechanics. Okay, we deal with the forces. We deal with the this is the we call the mechanics. The mechanics also came from the mechanical engineering. Okay, mechanics is study of the forces, study of the machines, or the study of the some other parts of the loads. Okay, it's mechanics. Basically it came from the Newton's law. Okay, then units. What are the units? What is unit?
यूनिट क्या है?
यूनिट क्या होता है? What is unit? Any example? किसको मेजर करता है? Like we have the
किलोग्राम.
system international units, right? We have the feet, we have the kilograms, okay, we have the newtons, okay. So these are the units, right? So we have the, like you are sitting in the classroom, you have the dimension of your classroom, 13 by 24 inch or something, the 13 by 24 feet. So feet are the units, right? And 13 GG.
सॉरी सर, कंटिन्यू.
Okay, then we have the numerical calculations. Numerical calculations, we use study the mathematics courses, right? Differential equations or simultaneous equations or simple arithmetic or trigonometric equations, okay? Then we have general procedure of the analysis. What is the analysis? Analyzing what? Analyzing the forces or analyzing the structure, right? Analyze the beams, okay? So calculating some reactions or some analyzing the calculate the loads in the building, in the room you are sitting. Okay, you can convert this room into the some structure, and then you can analyze it to calculate the forces, right? So today we will see the what is mechanics or what is statics. Okay, that we work with two types of units. Okay, what are the two type of units? Yeah, unit two. We have two type of measuring unit. One is SI units, and other is the English units. Okay, English units are sometimes we use the system American units and system international units. Okay, we use the Newton meter. Okay, and in the English units we use pound and feet like that. Okay, the round the final answer appropriately. What does it mean? Round the final answer appropriately. So once you do your calculations, जब आप कैलकुलेशन करते हैं तो आपके कोई रिजल्ट आता है ना, उसके बाद तो डेसिमल के बाद कोई वैल्यूज होती हैं, ओके, ठीक है ना, 5 डिजिट, 6 डिजिट, ओके. So we will not count all those digits, okay. We can round off till 3 digits after decimal or 2 digits after decimal, okay. So we will not use all the, because you are after decimal you can go till 9 digits, okay, but we will use only 3 or 2 digits, okay. This is the how can we round the our answer so that we can have better easy calculations, okay. Apply problem solving strategies, okay. Apply problem solving strategies means once you have some engineering mechanics problem, okay, so how can you go through the, what will be the first step, what will be the second step, what will be the last step, okay. So we will study something more detail here, okay. So in your class there are some reading quizzes you will find in the book also, okay. And this mechanics, yes, Muhammad, yes. Your question? Somebody raised the.
सुनेश कह रहा था, सुनेश कह रहा था.
Actually,
Okay,
sir, that student is online from Hyderabad, I think. So
okay,
he have joined.
okay, okay,
Okay, sir, you can continue. Thank you.
okay. Thank you. So we have the what is mechanics, system of units, and numerical calculation. So you can able to answer after we finish our this lecture. Okay. So there are some problem solving strategies or some problems we will discuss also in our lectures. Okay. So here the definition of the engineering mechanics, and there are some class something activities I will also in each lecture I will do it. So here the this fill in the blanks. So you can choose any answer. Maybe some quizzes activity we will discuss, and there are the answer is available in those quizzes. Okay. आपकी जो क्लास लेक्चर होगा उसमें से कुछ ना कुछ स्मॉल क्विजेज होंगी जो आपको जो ना हेल्प करेगी ना आंसर वगैरह देने में. So what does it mean? The subject of mechanics deals with the hip, what happens to body when is applied to it. Okay. So which one is the correct? So these are the 5 choices. Okay, magnetic field, heat, forces, neutrons, lasers. Okay. So normally in the mechanics we deal with the forces, right? So the C is correct here. So the answer will be C, right? The next, the fill in the blanks still remains this. This is the most of today's engineering sciences. Which one is the correct? Newtonian mechanics, right? And then B is the relative mechanics, Greek mechanics. So these are the branch of mechanics. But in civil engineering, engineering mechanics, we deal with the A. Okay. So A is the correct here. So what is mechanics? So mechanic is a study of what happens to the object or some structure, okay, or body. Normally we use body. Body means structure, your building, okay. This is the wheel of your railway track, okay. This is a track and this is a wheel of our railway, and this wheel will transfer the load on the track, right? So this is the force, it will come here, transfer to the railway track, and this is some the weight carried by the crane, jack or crane, okay, lifting crane. So ये भी जो है ना फोर्स क्रिएट करेगा ना, and this wheel have a force which will जो transfer होगी इस पे railway track पे, and then it will go to the soil. Okay. So this is the structure. This is the structure. This is the body. This is also body. Okay. And then we will apply the force. So we are applying the force on the body. Okay. And then it will create the reaction or resisting force. So the study of what happens to a body, okay, when forces are applied is called the mechanics. Okay. So the body or structure or forces can be large or small. वो ज़्यादा भी हो सकती हैं, कम भी हो सकती हैं, okay, depend upon the type of structure. Okay, like you have the skyscrapers, which are 20-story building, and they have the more loads, okay, as compared to a single-story building like your houses, they have the smaller load, right? And even like very small bridges or small houses, very small load. Okay, for large structure we have big loads. Okay, clear? Then we have the mechanics. Okay, and then these are the branches of the mechanics. Okay, so we have the rigid bodies, deformable bodies, and fluids. Okay, and we will talk about the rigid bodies. Okay, rigid bodies means statics and dynamics. Okay, and rigid bodies means that will have the forces which will have the constant forces, and that will transfer the forces to the connecting members. So constant means things that don't change shape. Okay, so if it's a constant like a building, once you construct your building, it will be remain constant for maybe 100 years or 50 years. Okay, so there will be less chance of changing the shape. Okay, so that's called the rigid bodies or rigid structures. Okay, so our engineering mechanics we will deal only this part. Okay, so this one is our engineering mechanics. We have statics and dynamics. Then deformable bodies, things that do change with the shape. Okay, and fluid mechanics, so uncompressible or compressible. So there is one course of fluid mechanics you will also study, which is talking about the water or the chemicals. Okay, so this one will be also teach in your next courses. And deformable bodies is talk about the various shapes. Okay, we will mostly deformable bodies you will study at the advanced level. But this is the rigid bodies. We mostly civil engineers. We structural engineer. We deal with the static and dynamics. Okay, these are the branches of the mechanics. Then we have the units of measurement. Okay, units of measurement. So measurement means how can we measure the dimension of our building? How much is the length of our room, width of our room? How much we measure the load? Okay, in the maybe weight or okay, weight, volume, the measurement. Okay, so this is the measurements. Okay, so basically we measure the length, we measure the mass, we measure the time, we measure the force. So what will be the units of the length? Meter, feet, okay, inches, okay. Sometimes we use yards, okay, or even we use acre, hectare, okay. And then mass, we use the weight, kilogram, feet, pound, okay. And so this is the mass we use, okay. The time is measured in which units? Hour, clock हो गया, seconds हो गया, minutes हो गया, right? And forces are measured in which units? फोर्स जो इसमें पाउंड में, किलोग्राम में, किलो न्यूटन में, ये फोर्सेस वगैरह उसमें मेजर कर सकते हैं ना. Okay, so the Newton's second law normally use the equations to develop system of units. Okay, so units are the arbitrary name we give to the physical quantities. Okay, तो यूनिट्स जो होते हैं ना, हमने जो कोई क्वांटिटी मेजर करनी होती है उसको नाम देते हैं, तो उसकी वो एक वो हो जाती है, मेजरमेंट हो जाती है. So the all the units are taken from the second law of Newton's second law. Okay. Clear? Then what is the unit system? Okay. So we have the force, mass, time, and acceleration. What is acceleration? Yes, acceleration, force per unit mass. F is equal to what? Yes, F is equal to ma. Okay. F is equal to ma. Okay. And the acceleration will be F upon m. Okay. So this is very important. We normally use the conversion units like from the basic quantities we will convert into the other quantity. So force, mass, time, acceleration are related to the Newton's second law. Three of these are assigned called the basic units. Okay. And the fourth unit is derived unit. Which one is the derived unit? So three are the basic unit: force, mass, and time. Okay, you will find only one like a minute, like kilogram. Okay, like seconds, like Newton. Only you will find the one unit, right? But in acceleration, you will not find the one unit. Meter per second square. So there are two units are combined. Okay, these are the derived units. Okay, and then we have two system of units. Okay, one is the international system, other is the US customary system. Okay. So nowadays, normally we use the system international units. Okay. The US customary units we use during our British rule or British codes. Okay. Very old codes. They are based on the US customary units. Okay. But now the latest codes or latest books, all they use the SI units. तो हमारे बुक जितने भी है ना, जो आपका जो टेक्स्ट बुक है, वो ऑल द एग्जांपल्स, ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स आर इन एसआई यूनिट्स. ओके. What is difference between this figure and this figure? What is this? So this is in SI units, right? So this is SI units, international system units, right? And this one is the US, yeah, FPS, US customary feet pound second system. FPS is also US customary units, right? And this is what? This is a weight. Okay. Like 1 kilogram weight, 2 kilogram weight. Once you try to buy something like sugar or something, so you ask the shopkeeper, give me 1 kilogram of sugar. He can measure on the weight machine. Okay. So these are the some weights we use. Okay. Then what is 9.81? Gravity, and this is the force. Okay, happen in 1 kilogram of the weight. Okay, so this is the force acting in 9.81. Okay, so if we convert into the pound, it will be 32.2 pound. Okay, here if we convert the 1 kilogram in US customary units, it will become the 1 slug. Okay. So this is the table from the textbook, okay, which summarize these units. So this is table from the textbook, summarize these units, okay. So one is international system of units, that is the US customary units, okay. So what is the length of the unit for the length? And in US customary FPS system, so the feet, okay. In the FPS system, it's a feet. In the length, we measure in international system as a meter, okay. And the time, both both have seconds, okay. In the SI units also and the FPS system, we also have the seconds, okay. And the mass is measured in kilogram in SI units, and in FPS we use slug, okay. And then force we can measure in newtons, and force in the US customary units we use in the pounds, okay. What does the steric mean? Here steric, here steric. Steric means we derived it, okay. Derived units means we are taking those units from the equations or from the basic relationships, okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, so जिस यूनिट में आपने काम करना है it will be given, okay. If it's not given, you can assume any units and you can start your problems and solution and everything, okay. And then this table 1.2 of your textbook is the conversion factors, okay. What is the conversion factor? If I convert the force from pound to the Newton, okay, so I will multiply the 1 pound is how many newtons? Yeah, 1 pound is equal to 4.448 Newton, right? And 1 slug is equal to 14.59 kilograms, okay? And 1 feet is equal to 0.3048 meter. And 1 feet is how many inches in 1 feet? 12 inches, right? Yes. And how many millimeter in 1 meter? Thousands, right? So normally we can convert the feet into meter, inches, or millimeters. Okay, even we can inversely we will convert it. So can you convert a force of 47 pound into the SI units? So we have 47 pound here. So how 47? How can I? What will be the result? अगर आप 47 पाउंड को कन्वर्ट करेंगे न्यूटन में तो व्हाट विल बी द इक्विवेलेंट फोर्स व्हाट विल बी द इक्विवेलेंट रिजल्ट तो उसका आंसर क्या होगा जवाब क्या होगा so the answer will be what yes so 47 multiplied by 4.448 that will give us that 209.06 Newton okay clear
Yes, sir.
okay so the fourth part of our lecture is international system of units okay SI units okay so normally we don't use plurals okay like if we mass is in 5 kilogram okay We will not use kilogram S. What is kilogram S? Kilogram S means plural, okay? 5 kg, 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg. We cannot do 1 kgs. We cannot use 6 kgs. We cannot use 100 kgs. Okay? We only use kg. We don't use plurals in the units, right? Even if it's a pound, we cannot use pounds or something S to the units. Okay? Normally, we use the separate units. Okay? Normally, if we have the 5 kilogram force, we have space in between, okay? We will not use 5 kilogram, 5, then kilogram continuous, okay? We can write 5 space kg, okay? So mostly we have the capital, the first letter is capital in the units, okay? The second we use small letters, okay? What is N here?
Newton,
PA,
Pascal,
Pascal, and N,
mass,
Mass,
and G,
gram,
okay.
gram, sir.
You can say gram, or you can say giga also. M, maybe you can use mega, okay? We can use Pascal. This is okay. So we can also apply the exponential powers to the units, right? What is the exponential power? Like 10 raised to power 6. Okay. What does it mean? How many zeros?
6 zeros.
still the
6
6
zeros,
zeros are
okay?
there.
So these 6 zeros we convert into the exponential form, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we can use exponential power to the units, okay? Like 10 raised to power 6 meter, okay? So we can use the exponent. We cannot write the 10 0 0 0 0, okay? We can make an exponential, convert to the exponential power also, okay?
सर
Yes.
सर ये यहाँ पे आपने 6 लिखा है सर, ज्यादा से ज्यादा सर यहाँ पे कितनी पावर हो सकती है?
ये तो डिपेंड करता है ना, 10 भी हो सकती है, 20 भी हो सकती है, 1000 भी हो सकती है, ओके?
सर
मोस्टली
तो फिर
वी यूज 10 रेस्ट पावर 20 30 तक वो यूज़ कर सकते हैं, और ज़्यादा जितनी हमारी डायमेंशंस होगी ना उस मुताबिक हम यूज़ करेंगे ना। लाइक आपकी जो सर्वे होता है ना, वो ज़्यादा एरिया में होता है। जो आप सिविल इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ रहे हैं, बाद में आप सर्वे करेंगे ना, वो तो हेक्टर्स में होगा, माइल्स में होगा। इवन इफ यू ट्राई टू यूज द गूगल मैप, so you will have a scale from 1 is to maybe giga, so many you will use, okay? The large units you can use it, okay? So it depend upon the job or something you measure, ओके? आपकी बिल्डिंग की जो डायमेंशंस होगी वो तो कम होगी, ओके? अगर आप पूरा जो है प्लान बनाएंगे पूरी यूनिवर्सिटी का, वो ज़्यादा होगा। पूरे शहर का बनाएंगे वो ज़्यादा होगा। पूरे सिंध का बनाएंगे या पूरे पाकिस्तान का बनाएंगे, the values will be more, right? Then you can go to the world. So it depends upon the size of your study, okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then this is compound prefix should not be used, okay? It means we are using Newton, okay? So we cannot use the weight here or something in the before or after, okay? So we can only use one letter which is relevant, okay? So table 1.3 in the textbook shows the prefix used in the SI units, okay? So this is table 1.3, table 1.3 here. So this is our units. Like, hey, this is how much zeros you have?
90, sir.
90. So in the exponential form, how can you write this one?
8. 10 is power 9.
10 is power
10
8.
is power
10 is power
9, right?
9.
9, 3030 plus 30. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, right?
Yes,
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 So
sir.
we can write 10 is to power 9, okay? Or we can write this just G. G means what?
Giga.
Giga means 10 is to power 9, right? And then also we use E. E plus 9. Okay? What is E? Exponent, right?
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Or we can also use E plus 09, right? Or we can sometimes we use E9 only, okay? So these are the basic we use, prefix or we use, okay? And here in the second row, we have the 6 zeros, right? 6 means megabyte, mega, we use M, okay? Like we use gigabyte, megabyte, the capacity of your hard disk, okay? So normally it's 10 is 9 or byte 9000, 9 gigabytes or 150 gigabytes. So it shows 000, right, like that, okay? Mega means 6. Kilo means
3, sir.
3, okay? So kilo means 3. So here the first letter G means giga, okay? And M means mega. So here the first letter G means giga, okay? And M means mega, okay? And K means kilo, okay? So like this we use, okay?
Yes, sir.
So this is the multiple units in exponential form. We can write it here, 10 raised to power 9. Here 10 raised to power
6,
6. Here 10 raised to power
3.
3.
3, right? So this is the table
Yes, sir.
like exponential form we have. These are the prefix, okay? Giga,
Okay.
mega, and kilo. This is the SI symbol, system international symbol units we use, okay? So normally we don't use write the giga full name, mega full name, kilo full name, okay? We just write the K, M, G, okay? So this is what we use. Don't use the prefix, okay?
सर ये टेबल कहाँ पे काम आती है सर? सर ये टेबल कहाँ पे काम आती है सर?
ये टेबल मेजरमेंट में यूनिट्स मेजरमेंट में काम आएगी ना, ओके? Once you are measuring the length of your dimension of your buildings, or length of the buildings, so you can convert the values into the symbols, okay? The multiple units like we have 0.001. What does it mean 0.001? How can I write in exponential form?
-3
10 to the power -3.
ये हाँ 10 to power -3 जो है ना इसको मैं लिखूंगा ये इसके बराबर हो जाएगा, ओके? 0.001. What does it mean?
Millimeter.
Milli, it's a milli, not a meter. It can be a milli seconds, okay? It can be a millimeter. It can be
Yes.
so it's a milli. Milli means 10 to the power -3. So normally we use M, okay? This is confusing. Maybe sometime we use M for meters also, okay?
Okay, sir.
And then
Okay, sir.
this is how can I use this in the exponential form?
Micro.
Yeah, micro is okay, but how many zeros here we have, digits we have after decimal?
6 digits, sir.
6 digits, right? So it will be -6, right?
Sir,
And then we call it micro here, okay? And normally, this is what is this?
micro.
The mu sign
Micro.
that shows.
Micro is like a Greek word we use, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Micro is a Greek word, okay? Then how many digits after decimal here we have?
We have 9.
Sir, minus 9.
9,
10
right?
power
3 plus 3 plus 3 minus 9, right? So we have nano, we call nano it, okay, and we have this n symbol for it, okay. Nanoparticles or nano scale, normally we use, it means 10 to the power -9. Nano is very micro level, okay, very very small, like units. So nanoparticles means very small particles you cannot see with the eye, like you need a microscope or something. It's very small, okay. It's a nano, okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा
Then next is the numerical calculations. Yeah, numerical calculations means how we can solve our problems, or how we can do our calculations, or how we can measure our units, okay.
सर ये टेबल 2
So
ही थी सर
हाँ, टेबल 3 थी ना पिछली वाली,
सर ये 2 टेबल्स हैं बस
नहीं 3 है, ये थी 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. This is 1.1, right?
Yes,
So you will find
yes,
detail
sir.
in the book. 1.2, okay, and this is 1.3, okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what does it mean? Must have dimensional homogeneity, okay. What does it mean? Homogeneity means you can use all the same units, okay, in your calculations, okay. If you start in the meter, you will finish in the meter. If you start in the feet, you will finish in the feet, okay. In the middle, you will not
अगर आप
change it, okay.
उर्दू में समझाएं सर सर
हाँ, अगर
काइंडली
आपने
करते हैं
कोई प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट किया है ना, अगर आपने मीटर में किया है तो आपको उसमें मीटर में ही फिनिश करेंगे उसको, ठीक है ना। उसको मीटर के उसमें कैलकुलेशन में बीच में जो है ना, उसको चेंज नहीं करेंगे फीट में या इंचेस में, ओके। तो यू विल जो चीज़ आप स्टार्ट की है जिस यूनिट्स में, आप फिनिश भी उसी में करेंगे, ठीक है। एंड द डायमेंशंस हैव द सेम ऑन बोथ साइड्स ऑफ द इक्वल साइन, ठीक है ना। अगर डिस्टेंस है, ओके, डिस्टेंस स्पीड इनटू टाइम। सो अगर डिस्टेंस आपने मीटर में लिया है तो स्पीड भी आपने मीटर में इसी सेम यूनिट्स में लेनी है, और टाइम भी इसी सेम यूनिट्स में लेना है, ठीक है ना। तो इसमें ये है कि आपने डिस्टेंस एसआई यूनिट्स में लिया है, स्पीड और टाइम उसमें आपने एफपीएस में लिया है, इस तरह नहीं कर सकते, नहीं। एक ही यूनिट आप फॉलो करेंगे, डिस्टेंस जिसमें यूनिट्स में लेंगे, एसआई में ले रहे हैं तो एसआई में आप कैलकुलेशन करेंगे। अगर आप एफपीएस में इसको यूज कर रहे हैं तो एफपीएस में ये लेंगे, ठीक है ना। तो एक चीज आप एफपीएस पे ले लें, दूसरी एसआई में ले लें, इस तरह नहीं होता, ठीक है। So same
Yes,
units,
sir.
homogeneity will be followed, okay. Similarity, same thing you will follow, same units, okay. The second row says use an appropriate number of significant figures, 3 for answer, at least 4 for intermediate calculations. Why? What is the significant figures? Significant figure क्या होता है?
राउंडिंग ऑफ डेटा सर
Yes, rounding of data, okay. So like here we have this 0.001, okay. So we, maybe it will be not like 0.001, it may be 0.00 like 0.0098567. We convert rounding it till 1, okay. Convert the next unit to 1, right. And like we have 3.00185, okay. So normally we convert this rounding this till the 3 digits, okay. And then if I convert this number, then what will be the conversion? 002, 3.002, okay. Why? नॉर्मली इन द सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर्स में हम डेसिमल के बाद जो वैल्यू होती है ना, 4 के बाद 5 आएगा, तो तो 5 को हम जो है ना 6 लेते हैं, सही है। 6 होगा, जो भी 4 से ज्यादा होगा तो 5 से कम होगा उसको वही लिखेंगे, अगर 5 से ज्यादा होगा तो उसको 6 में कन्वर्ट करेंगे, सही है ना। अगर ये 8
यस
है
सर।
तो 8 को मैंने 2 में कन्वर्ट कर दिया ना। ये 7 है, इसको फिर भी मैं 2 में करूंगा, 6 भी इसमें 2। अगर 4 होगा तो वो मैं नहीं करूंगा, इसको एज 1 ही ले लूंगा, ठीक है ना। तो देन इट विल
यस
बी
सर।
0.001. So these are the significant figures. We will convert that after decimal 3 digits, okay? And some calculation we use 4, okay? ये क्यों करते हैं इस तरह?
सर शॉर्ट आंसर लेने के लिए सर, आंसर लॉन्ग होता है ना वैसे।
आंसर कम कैलकुलेशन में जो है ना हमारी आसानी हो जाएगी, ओके। So greater than 5 we can round up, okay? Smaller than 5 we can round down, okay? And then
यस
equal to 5, see we can do some we use the same number, okay. Okay, so what will be the answer for this?
What, sir?
So this is a question, quiz, like small question. Evaluate the situation in which the mass kilogram, force in Newton, and length in meter are the base units and recommended one of the following. So इसमें से कौन सा करेक्ट होगा? ये जो है ना मास, न्यूटन एंड लेंथ, ये किस यूनिट में है? एसआई यूनिट्स में है ना?
ऐसा यूनिट। यस सर।
एसआई यूनिट्स में है, ठीक है ना। The new system of units will have to be formulated. So is it correct or?
I think
And only the units of time have to be changed from the second to something else. No changes are required.
Yes, sir. No changes are required.
नो
Yes,
चेंजेस
this is correct. Because these are the basic units, we don't need any changes, right?
Yes, sir.
So this C is correct, okay? The next we have give the most appropriate reason for using 3 significant figures in reporting results of typical engineering calculation. जो हम सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर यूज करते हैं ना, 3 सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर्स, ओके, जो आफ्टर डेसिमल, उसकी क्या रीजन क्या हो सकती है, वो क्यों करते हैं? और इन आवर इंजीनियरिंग कैलकुलेशंस, ए, B, C, and D. A says that historically slide rule could not handle more than 3 significant figures. B says 3 significant figures is better than 1% accuracy. C, telephone system designed by engineers have area codes consisting of 3 figures. D, most of the original data used in engineering calculation don't have accuracy better than 1%. तो इसमें से कौन सा करेक्ट है?
सर बी।
B, sir. B.
Option B.
B, sir.
B.
3 significant figure gives better than 1% accuracy.
So B or D?
Yes, sir.
So,
बी सर।
B is near close, okay, but D may be the best choice. So normally we have 1% accuracy, okay. So in the 1%, what is 1%? What is 1%? What is percentage? Like 1 from 100, okay. So this is 1%, right? If I convert the 1% into decimal, what will happen? Point If I convert the 1% into decimal, what will happen? 0.001. Okay. So normally I have 3 digits, right? So that's why we use our calculations till our 3 digits. Okay. So because of the 1% accuracy, okay. So we use mostly our significant figures till for only for the 3 digits. Okay. So this is maybe the best choice, D. Okay. The B choice, 3 significant figures gives better than 1% accuracy. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is better than 1% accuracy. Maybe it is not okay because we need 100% accuracy. So we use accuracy more than this. So we don't have accuracy better than 1%. Okay. So mostly we have mostly the meaning is same for both. Okay. But D is the perfect choice. Okay, so normally, if you have some problem in engineering mechanics, so we follow the 3 steps, okay? And how we can follow the 3 steps? Problem solving strategy, okay? This is problem solving strategy means if you have some problem or some question from engineering mechanics, so how you will plan to solve? What is strategy? Strategy means how you will start to solve the problem. Okay. So normally we have the three step approach. Okay. IP we call IPE. I for what? And P for the plan, and E for
Execute.
execute, right? So we
Yes, sir.
have interpret, plan, and execute the problem. Okay. So we have three-step approach here. Okay. What is interpret? Interpret means understand. Okay. You can read your problem. Okay. So read carefully and determine what is given. Okay. And what is you will find what you required. Okay. If you have any question, you can ask. Not clear, you can ask. Okay, if necessary, and also some data you can assume. Okay, if something is missing, is not given in your question, you can assume. Okay, and mention that you assume this data. Okay, and the second step is plan. Okay, now you understand the problem. Now you will make a plan to solve this. Okay, so you can have major steps. Think about the major steps, and then. You can make a how the what will the first step, second step, third step for your problem solution. Okay, so that will take you the solve a problem. Okay, or you can think alternate or creative solution and choose the best one. Okay, so this is the how you plan it. Okay, then what is the execute means you start to solve your example. Okay, like in mathematics or problem or in differential equations, there's some equation or some given. Okay, general solution and something you will execute or you will plan. First you understand what is given in the question, then you can plan how can you solve the what will be the procedure to solve that question, then you can write that solution. Okay, or you can carry out the solution or steps and use appropriate diagrams and equations. Normally for engineers, we use the figures and diagrams or tables. Okay, and you can estimate your answers and avoid the simple calculation mistakes. Okay, and reflect on the reverse you work or if necessary. Okay, so this is the main three-step approach, IPE approach. Okay, so IP approach normally once in the next questions I give you some example from the book. So they mention IP approach means how you can start the solution or find the solution of that problem. Okay. So what will be the answer for this? This is the significant figure. For a static problem, your calculation show the final answer is 12345.6 Newton. Okay. What should you write as your final answer? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A is the same, right? A is given here. A is the same, right? And B is what? 12.3456 kilonewton. Is it correct?
No, I,
It is also correct, but in the engineering calculation, we will not use this. A is the same, so it's also wrong. It's not wrong, but not will be the answer. This is not will be the answer. Okay, 12 means after decimal we don't have any value. Okay, so this will be not also the answer. Okay, 12.3 kilonewton. This will be correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because after 12.3, okay, so we can convert it 12.3 kilonewton, okay, and then because 12.345, okay, 0.6. If we convert into kilonewton, so this will be like a kilonewton, right? Divided by 1000, right? And then this is the 4, okay? If it's more than 4, 5, we can write 12.4, right?
Sir?
It's less than 5, so we use 4, same thing here, yes?
Sir, this is not accurate value as option 1 is. Option D is
Option
not
1.
as accurate as option 1. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but we use significant figures after we can convert 12.3456, okay? So we can
Yes,
use
sir.
12.3, 4, 5, 6. We can not use in a significant figures, right?
Yes, sir.
So we can convert it less than 4 will be same like 3, okay?
Okay, sir.
So D may be a choice, okay? Okay. So the next, so if the 3-step approach to problem solving called IPE, what is IPE? Okay.
on execute.
P means
B plan.
okay.
Yeah,
B
B is
plan.
plan, sir. Option B.
Yeah, option B is correct, right? Mashallah,
Yes,
you are
sir.
very good students. You are attentive and responding. Okay, so I think this is our the first lecture. Okay, and if you go
Thank
through
you,
the
sir.
book, you find more details. Okay, and
Thank you, sir.
at the end of the textbook, you will find some questions. Okay, and if you understand those questions, and it will be better. But I will give you the homework, okay? So it will include some questions from the textbook, okay? You'll find it the back side of your book. Okay, so you will find some problems here in the chapter 1. So you can read the chapter 1, okay, and understand the chapter 1, and if at the end there is some problems, okay, so I will give you the homework, but not this week. Maybe after 2 or 3 chapters, I will give you the combined homework, and you can go through this chapter 1. If you have any question, you can ask me in the next lecture, okay? And we will start the chapter 2 inshallah in the next class, okay?
Inshallah, sir.
If you have any question, you can ask me, and I think the attendance will be conducted by, and I think the attendance will be conducted by Engineer Safe. Engineer Safe is here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So मेरे ख्याल में आज यहाँ पे स्टॉप करते हैं क्लास को, ठीक है ना? So the
Yes, sir.
next class में we will start the second chapter and second lecture on the next Friday. Maybe it's a holiday, okay? So we will cover it maybe in the next week. So ठीक है, सही है ना सर?
Thank you.
ठीक है पोवा जी, इतनी स्टॉप करते हो फिर तव्हांखे क्वेश्चन आए त पोइ पुछो. वी हैव a couple of minutes our टाइम आहे असां वटि. तव्हांखे क्वेश्चन हुजे कोर्स जे बारे में, सिलेबस जे बारे में, लेक्चर्स जे बारे में, तव्हां पुछी सघो था.
सर ये स्लाइड्स भेज देना.
स्लाइड्स आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, जो मैंने लिंक भेजी है ना वहाँ से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. और उसमें भी गूगल क्लासरूम में भी जो है ना ऑलरेडी देयर वहाँ पे हैं, वहाँ से भी आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, ठीक है ना?
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
मैं सारी स्लाइड्स आपको भेज दूंगा, आप प्रिंट ले लीजिएगा ना, तो आपको सारी स्लाइड्स जो भी है ना लेक्चर की, आप एक बुक बना लें, वो सारी स्लाइड्स हम वही फॉलो करेंगे ना फ्रॉम स्टार्ट एंड ऑफ द लेक्चर्स, ठीक है ना? वो मैं अपलोड कर लूंगा गूगल क्लासरूम में, ठीक है? और कोई क्वेश्चन है आपको लैब के बारे में या कोर्स के बारे में?
बस.
सर फिलहाल इसको सेल्फ से हम
Select
पढ़ेंगे ना,
light
उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम क्वेश्चन करेंगे.
ठीक है, आपको आज इंट्रोडक्शन दे दिया है ना, अगर कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो आप मुझसे पूछ लीजिएगा ना इस क्लास में, ठीक है?
यस सर.
तो आप उसमें गूगल क्लासरूम में भी मैसेज कर सकते हैं,
थैंक यू सर. बस
प्रेजेंट.
ठीक है? चलिए यहाँ पे हम स्टॉप करते हैं, फिर इंशाल्लाह फिर नेक्स्ट वीक आपको हम देखेंगे ना, ठीक है?